Alright.
Good afternoon again. I'm here with you again because that VAT 69 just did not leave me with what I wanted today in the way of Scotch. It's not what I wanted. VAT 69 Gold is, well, if you watched the review, you know. This is the Grand Old Parr. This is a 12-year-old 40% blended Scotch whiskey. This one, unlike the other one, which was bottled, I think, in the U.S., this one is actually distilled, blended, and bottled in Scotland, which is the way it should be. It's at the Greenlees Distillery, Edinburgh. MacDonald Greenlees Distillery, Edinburgh. And I believe it's signed by the Greenlees brothers on the front of it. There's a signature. Age 12 years. Grand Old Parr, 1483 to 1635. That's when he lived. Thomas Parr, a man reign of 10 old Parr. Now, when I think of Parr, I think of little trout. I don't think of old men. Who lived in the English sovereigns 1483 to 1635, which is 152 years, if I did my math right there just then. Got about that much of the bottle left. About a third of it's gone. Textured bottle. You gotta love the bottle. You gotta love the packaging on that. I mean, that is like super cool. I don't care who you are, the packaging is neat on this one. Bought it in Oklahoma strictly for the packaging. I do believe I've seen it in Kansas since I bought it in Oklahoma, but I'm not sure, because that might have been in Nebraska or Missouri I've seen it, and I might be confused a little bit. But I see it in Oklahoma, across the border. It's a common one down there. This probably got a little E151 coloring in it, because it's got that medium amber +1 maybe, but there's a slight orangey hue even in this light we got out here today. It's probably about 3:30ish, 3:45 in the afternoon, but the Kansas weather, it is what it is. Dang, I've sloshed it plenty on there. It's fairly oily. It's got a fairly viscous note to it. It runs slow, thin legs, start developing and run. They don't all run at once. They kind of trickle down at their own pace here and there. Sherried Scotch mixed in this. You can tell the sherry's right up front. Fresh sherry though. Peaches, nectarines, hint of baking spices on the nose. I don't got a sheet for this one, by the way. Just a hint of those baking spices. There's the maltiness you expect, but it's not a fresh grass. It's more of a old barn hay and an old barn maltiness. Get off of it. Grainy maltiness. It's not just hay, it's a grainy maltiness. It's got a good nose on it. It really does. For a blend, this is, you can pay more and get just as good a blend as this one. This was $29.99. Chivas 12 is older blend than this. I mean, this is more expensive than this one. Rather get this for $7.50. Personally, that's a personal thing. I need to do a comparison. That's a good idea. Just that fresh sherry. That fresh sherry really is enlightening on it. There's another note in there I can't quite put my finger on. It's not smoky or anything like that. There's a little note in there that's coming across that I can't tell you. It'll probably come to me after this dang review's over. It's weird. But it's not off-putting note. It's a good note. I can't quite put my finger on it. It's a slightly floral, earthy note. Anyway. Again, fresh fruits, nectarines, stone fruits, nectarines, peaches, apricots, all the light, fresh stone fruits. Honey. I get honey in the palate. There's a nice clover honey there. It's a little thicker. It has some viscosity in the palate. I'm not going to call it creamy, but it sure isn't watery either. It's kind of a balance somewhere between that creamy to watery mouthfeel. It's very palate coating, actually. More so than you would expect from a blend, actually. That's kind of surprising. There's a minerality coming along with it now. We're getting into the finish. Minerality's there. I like this one. This was a surprise. It's better than I expected. I bought it with not much anticipation, and I've been pleasantly surprised with this one. And I don't mind doing blends at all. I'm not totally... I know you take a blend for what you expect, and I'm leaving Compass Box and a few other, like Berry Brothers and Red, out of this, some of their blends, because they are... Some of that stuff is more skewed to almost a single malt flavor profiles. I mean, it's got strong, heavy flavor profiles. And this is the typical Scottish blend with the malty, with the balance. They create it to a balance, but they've done a little better job. I mean, it's got a nice mouthfeel along with the balance. You're getting no sharp, heavy flavors. It's all just kind of just kind of oozes and eases through the palate. Gently, but firmly. It's not like the VAT 69 or some of the other ones I've had that are just watery, just kind of bland. This one has flavor, composure, and texture to it. It's a decent blend. $29.99. You could do a whole lot worse. That's for damn sure. It started raining, so I probably just gently. I like it. Kind of knew that going in. I've already had, like I said, several. Oh, that looked like a snowflake. It's not cold enough for snow. It's probably 48 degrees out here. Guys, I've said about all I can say about it. It's enjoyable. It's worth. I feel it's worth the $29.99 to at least try. Score, I'm right at an 86 out of 100. I think that's a good score for this one. It's 86. There's nothing unappealing. It's got some positive points to it. You could probably boost it up even to an 87. I wouldn't mind giving an 87 either. We'll just notch it up one more. I think it's worth it. On a good day, it's an 87. On a normal day, it's an 86. How about that? I just enjoy it. Anyway, that's about all I need to say. So remember, the spirit in your glass ain't running from you. Take your time, sip, and enjoy it. You'll be better for it, as will we all. I'm going to get the camera and get my stuff in out of the rain. Everyone, have a wonderful evening.